So this is going to be a quick look at this CVLIFE multi-caliber gun cleaning kit. Before I get into the review, there's kind of two disclaimers I need to provide. The first one is this item was sent to me by CVLIFE as a free sample to test and evaluate and then do a video on. It's not going to change my opinion of things, but that's just something I have to kind of say. The second thing is, due to rules around these types of videos, I can't use any real firearms or firearms parts as part of a demonstration. So I kind of have to work around that, and I'll do the best I can. So this is a complete gun cleaning kit that's offered by this CVLIFE brand, and it's designed to work for most of your popular calibers and gauges. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the kit kind of off to the side, and I'm going to pull everything out and sort of display it and sort of walk through it and show you kind of what you're getting coupled with how it can be used. So the first part of the kit is this polymer cleaning mat that comes included. The mat is basically 12 inches long, not quite, it's like 11.78, and then it's I apologize, it's 18, almost 18 inches this way, and it's almost 12 inches this way, so it's 18 by 12. This is a polymer cleaning mat. In addition to providing you with kind of a soft surface, non-marring surface to clean firearms on, it also has built-in magnets. The magnets are here. There's one magnet here and one magnet here, and you can use those to keep up with small parts so they don't get lost. It also has little sort of pockets. You may be able to see it on video. This is one pocket. This would be a parts, little bin, and then another one, and then a third one. So you have three little parts bins, one larger bin, and then this is a bin you could use for anything you wanted. So also included in the package are three, and I'm going to pull each one of them out and sort of show you what they are. Three gun snake style pull-through cleaning snakes. So you get one that is built for shotguns. This one will do a 12 gauge and a 20 gauge. You get one that is based on a 22 cal. So you could use this one for a 22, a 223, a 556, anything that's very similar to that bore size. And then you get a third one that's designed for your smaller, pistol calibers, such as 38, 357, 380, 9mm. This one will work for all that. And if you're not familiar with what one of these pull-through snakes are, I'm going to get this one out and sort of demonstrate it. These are they've become very popular in the gun cleaning kind of industry over the last couple of years. And basically what it is it's a long tool, I guess is the best way to describe it, that you pull through the barrel of your firearm. And basically the way it works is you don't pull it through from the muzzle end, you pull it through from the chamber end, or where the actual case would go, and so or the round or ammunition would go. And so basically this end goes in. Let's just pretend this is a barrel. This end goes in through here, and you pull it all the way through. You continue to pull it through, and then what's going to happen is it's attached to this larger part, and this part has cleaning. These are basically brass cleaning bristles, and you pull it through, and as you pull it through, the bristles dislodge any most of your powder, fouling, carbon, a lot of that stuff that's still in the barrel. And then as the snake continues to come down the barrel, you'll notice it gets wider here, and then this picks up all the debris, and as you pull it, all that debris sticks to this woven material, and then it just comes right out the barrel. That's, again, I wish I could actually demonstrate it on a real firearm, but unfortunately you can't do that. So you get 3 of these in the different kind of configurations that I went over. So in addition, you get a set of picks, and I left them in this plastic bag that they come in because I think that's a pretty convenient way to carry them. But you get this set of cleaning picks, and you have 2 different groups of cleaning picks. You have these plastic or polymer cleaning picks, and then you have 1 steel cleaning pick, and I'll kind of go over the pros and cons of both. So the plastic cleaning picks, and when you look at these, if they kind of remind you of a dental tool that you may have seen at your dentist office, that's kind of basically what they are, but they're designed to help you clean a firearm, get into little cracks and crevices that you can't get with your finger, or with sometimes a Q-tip may not be enough. That's what these are designed for. And the advantage to using polymer ones like these right here, and you'll see each one of these kind of has a different end on it. So if you take a look at this one, for example, it's got like a little scraping on this end, and then this is kind of a hook. And if you take a look at this one, you've got a larger hook here, and then a smaller hook with a smaller point here, and so on and so forth. And these are beneficial for, again, getting into nooks and crannies, in a firearm if you need to scrape out debris or scratch, try to remove some hardened material, that kind of stuff. These are really beneficial for that kind of stuff. And then in addition, you get the metal one. Now the metal one is a little bit different in that it comes with a protective little cover on the end here, which you can remove. It's a little plastic tube. It's a little challenging to get off, but basically once you, that's difficult to get off right now. Well, anyway, you pull that little plastic tube off there, and you've got like a metal pick, and this end is kind of a scraper. Hopefully you can see that, and then this end is a pick. Now this is designed to get your stuff that's really hard and it won't come off with a plastic pick. So you use the metal one to get in there. Now the downside with metal, and I sort of touched on it earlier, is you got to be careful because it can scratch the finish. So you have to use caution when you're using the metal one. So we'll put that over here. The next item you get is you get these 2 little squeeze bottles that have the defined end for precision distribution. You get 2 of these. Of course, they're empty. Now, one thing to know about this kit is it does not come with any type of cleaning chemical, or it doesn't have any oil. It doesn't have anything like that. It's a kit that's ready to go, but there are some components you would have to provide with it in order to start cleaning, and these are those 2. So you get these 2 small little squeeze bottles. They have, just so you can differentiate, you'll notice one has a white top, one has a black top. Probably the way I would set this up if it were me is I would use the white top, and I would put gun oil in it, and then on this one I would probably put some type of cleaner, like bore cleaner or something like that, that I could apply, again in precise situations. But you get 2 of those as well. I'll put those right there. And then you also get a set of cleaning brushes. And I'll go over each brush and kind of where you might have a need for it. So you get 3 cleaning brushes. Each brush has a large brush at one end and a smaller, more precise brush at the other end. And you'll notice they're different colors. So this is your kind of basic soft nylon brush. This brush would be usable for all finishes on the weapon. You wouldn't have to worry about any scratching or anything like that. This is a little bit, the blue one is a little bit harder and more firm nylon bristle, and this is probably something you would want to use on the internal part. You're not going to scratch the outside of a firearm with this, but if you had a stubborn something that wouldn't come off for this one, you could move up to this one because it's a little bit, the bristles are a little bit more stout, and you could do that. And then finally, you get a brass brush. And the brass brush is fine brass, fine brass bristles, and then you get a precise brass brass bristles down here. Now, a lot of people probably don't know this about about gun cleaning, but even though brass is a metal, it is softer than steel or most any other type of metal. So using brass on a firearm is not going to harm the finish, as long as you use it lightly. Now, I mean, if you scrub in the same spot for 2 hours, obviously the brass is going to wear away the finish, because it does have some abrasive qualities. But if you just use it to hit hard spots that are not responding to these other two brushes, and you use it lightly with a little bit of oil, a brass typically will not adversely impact the finish on a firearm. Again, use with caution. So you get your 3 bristle brushes. So you also get a 50 pack of these wooden, and these are a little bit specialized, these wooden cotton tipped swabs, I guess is the best way to describe them. And you'll notice that the swab design is kind of like a little bit more like a spear point. It's not the traditional swab. Okay, you can see that on camera. It's not the traditional swab design that you would see like on the end of a Q-tip, or one you use on your ears. It's a more pointed, and these are incredibly useful when you're cleaning firearms. You'd be amazed at the places you can get one of these, especially with this little fine tip here on the end, to get in and remove debris and powder and fouling from really hard to reach places. These are, in my opinion, they're so much of a better option for gun cleaning. A lot of places, a lot of people use Q-tips when they need to clean something, and Q-tips will work, but they have the tips are really soft and fluffy, because obviously you're putting them in your ears. But the other thing is, they also the centerpiece of them, the rigid part, is basically just folded paper. So if you put a lot of pressure on it, as you're using it, it bends and breaks. The wooden part on these is so much more. It's so much more durable and sturdy compared to a Q-tip. So these are, at least for me, invaluable for cleaning firearms. I left this off in the very beginning of the video, and perhaps I should have mentioned it, but I've worked in the firearms industry either part-time or full-time for the last 20 plus years, and I've got extensive experience cleaning firearms. I clean firearms on a regular basis for customers. So it doesn't make me an expert in the topic for sure, but it means I have a lot of experience doing it. And so that's one of the reasons I'm such a huge fan of these over most any other type of cotton swab type of design. And then moving on, you get 2 sets of absorbent cotton. I haven't opened these up yet, but these packs are actually resealable. You can open them up, and these are basically cleaning swabs that you could use for a multitude of reasons. They're a little bit big to use if you were going to try to run them as a patch down a barrel. They're a little bit too big, but you could certainly use them to wipe off oil, wipe off different things, and they're really absorbent. And so you get 2 packs of these, and there's 100 in each pack, so you get 200 of these as part of this little package. And like I said, those are resealable, so you have those. But then the final piece, and I've already showed it to you, but I'll bring it back on as well, is you get the carrying case. So you get the carrying case, everything else I've described in this kit, and you're ready to clean guns. Oh man, I left these off. You also get these may be off the camera, so I want to bring those back. You get the 3 gun cleaning snakes as well. So it's a complete kit. Again, minus any cleaning chemicals that you might need, such as gun oil, something to clean the barrel, like a bore solvent, something like that. But aside from those, this is a ready-to-go kit. You could buy this and, again, pick up some gun oil, pick up some bore solvent, and be ready to clean probably 90% of the most popular calibers on the market. So it's very versatile. The other thing I will say about this, and I've done this before because I've put together my own cleaning kit. If you tried to buy all this stuff separately, you would find that when you got everything purchased, the cost of purchasing each one of these things individually will most certainly exceed the cost of this kit. And I've tried that before. I've tried to kind of piecemeal a kit together, and you buy, a little bit of this brand, and you buy your, wooden Q-tips from another brand, and then you pick up 2 or 3 bore brushes, and et cetera, et cetera. And before you know it, you've started to spend a decent amount of money. That's the advantage to a kit like this. You have everything you need ready to go. You can buy this, pick up pick up some gun oil, pick up some cleaning solvent, and you're in business, ready to clean firearms. So hopefully something I've said as I've gone over this was helpful for you if you were in the market to, if you were shopping for a new gun cleaning kit and you weren't sure, or you had questions about what was in here or how to use it. Hopefully something I've said was beneficial for you.